discounting is only going to, in the long term, make a brand fail, whether that be from a brand equity perspective or whether it be from a profitability perspective.
I think the most exciting part for me, where we sit now, is that access to capital in very different forms is now coming through. So whether that be, the evolution of funding Shopify sales through effectively loans, all of that piece, angel funding, the landscape is evolving, and ultimately that presents a lot of opportunity for brands, for innovators. And again, this is at the start of it, but I think it's, a great inflection point on the curve.
What you think is awareness might actually be really great at driving conversion at the bottom of the funnel. So I think teams working more closely together will drive efficiencies. It means you spend less money. It means you're not paying crazy usage fees to creators after something blows up on social and is really successful and you want to plug it into a different platform.
It's one of the hardest journeys you'll ever go through, and I think for us, we see kind of single-minded focus for the founders that are successful. It is their dream, it's their life's work, maybe all one or two, but equally, you have to be so passionate about what you're doing. You have to sell yourself, the story, everything, day in, day out, probably for the next decade of your life.
The best ideas come from people doing the job. And actually, if you take the time and go and listen to these people and invest in the relationships that you already have, you might be sitting on a load of growth that you just don't know is there before you start exploring the next big shiny thing, which, as you say, can be boom or bust, right? It could be brilliant, but it could also be a massive dent in your profitability.
We're always saying, what are we funding from an inflection perspective? Why do you need capital into this business? Where's it going to take you to the next level? Whether that might be retail, it might be D2C, it might be viral growth, it might be new markets, but from our side, that is the sole reason why you should be raising capital. Ultimately, raise as least as you can, right? It's better for you, it's better for everyone, and there's a balance of the two always, but it's about thinking about where it's going to take you to.
For you to build culture within your business, it needs to start with the people at the top. And if it doesn't start there, it isn't going to start anywhere. As a brand, you need to be very clear on what your mission and your values are, and you need to make sure that the entirety of your team is aware of that. People need to have a sense of purpose. They need to know how they feed into the mission and the values of the company that they work for. They need to be recognised within the company. At whatever cost, there has to be that sense of team.
Because in order to build this element of community, of content, of showing up in the right retailers, ultimately, you have to have a great product, you have to have great margins, you have to have a great supply chain, you have to have a great team around you. All of that comes together to build something that is truly unique and truly defensible. And so from our perspective, that does show up in everything we look at from an investment perspective. But it's, kind of all the pieces of the puzzle, unfortunately. No shortcuts.